Yo, what's up?
I kept like running after
I'm
him.
just
I was, like,
listening
screaming
to
at
the
him.
Misfits
I
podcast.
swear I'm not chasing
Well,
you
I'm
right
gonna
now.
be playing the
Just try
game
not
today.
to fall over on my face.
So
running down. It's like pitch
that's what
black,
we're gonna
like,
do.
1 a.m. right now. We were like running down this hill together for like a solid like 30 seconds before I finally catch up. I don't know,
yeah.
like that just popped in my head when I remembered that.
The move when you're running down a hill like that is not to keep running because you're going to end up falling with your face towards the ground. You have to kick your feet out from under you and land on your back.
Oh, sorry, I was on an edible. I didn't think of that, man.
Better than
I
falling
listen
on your face
to
and
the Misfits
skidding down the
podcast whenever I
fucking
need a
hill.
good laugh
Sounds
or
like
I
a
need
shot,
a
though. That's
good
not
old
good.
pick me up.
Oh, fuck that, dude. Yeah, I've had a couple screams.
There's a lot of
Fucking around on hills.
not great things happening around me in the moment. So I just need a little bit of a laugh. So I'm gonna listen to this
No, I made
while
a cardboard. I made a
while we're on
cardboard
stream.
house. I wanted to do a cardboard city like how they did in Ed, Edd n Eddy in one episode where they made the city out of cardboard. Dude, that was
So Misfits,
awesome.
if you end up
I tried
ever
so
seeing
many
this,
fucking cardboard boxes
please
when I
don't
was a kid,
come
so I
at me.
made my own cardboard city. It never worked. You know, it's just fucking throwing it out. But,
People go check out the Misfits podcast. It's great. I'm thinking about doing a video of like my top 5 or top 10 favorite podcasts. And yeah, I'm excited.
opening.
Believe it or not, we didn't intend for it to go this way. We just kind of rambled, and next thing you know, we're like spilling our entire childhood on the podcast. I thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah. Should we wrap it, or did you have something to say?
Oh no, I was gonna go back to the cardboard skating. I was gonna say I didn't do cardboard skating, but we had like skateboards and we like attached cardboard boxes to them by like screwing them in and taping them in.
Yeah.
And then we'd take them down like really steep driveways at our friend's house, and then a couple of us would just be like sitting in trash cans at the bottom of the hill, and we'd just crash into them and kick them. We'd go like flying like 5 feet up in the air, and then we'd just tumble another 10 feet onto the ground. It was great. Yeah, childhood's great.
And the city that I grew up in, Dunedin, there's it has the steepest street in the southern hemisphere, I think, or at least it was back when I was a kid. And people used to ride down it on bikes or scooters or something like that. And it was extremely dangerous. Like, it was a street, and at the bottom of this insanely steep hill, it was just a T intersection. Yeah, Baldwin Street.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so it was insanely dangerous. So yeah, they would like people would ride down it, and because they couldn't brake in time, their friends would throw rubbish bins in front of them to stop them.
Jesus.
But like kids fucking died doing it. Like people died skating down
Alright.
a steep hill.
Peace.
Fucked
Holy
up.
shit.
That's
Look,
awesome.
Just made me
look at this,
think of
look at this photograph.
Look at this
That's the street
photograph.
level. Oh my God.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's at street level. Look at that.
Yeah, wild.
Holy
San
shit.
Francisco type.
I've walked up it a few times. It's
Here's a parked car.
There's another image the audience don't see.
You need a fucking anchor.
just look up Baldwin Street.
Holy shit. Yeah, fuck that shit. I like living in flat areas.
Word. Flat areas are pog. Flat areas are gangsta.
Flat areas are gangsta.
This is even more gangsta, guys. The audience at home. Yeah, thank you for listening. This is me, myself here, guys. Being here with me on this blessed day.
Wait, I gotta give a shout out to. I was gonna say I gotta give a shout out to at Donut Operator on YouTube and Instagram for letting me stay at his place. I've been here for the last
Oh.
I've been back in the States, waiting to come back to Melbourne. So huge shout out to him.
Shout out Donut, you're a fucking donut operator. God
He's a
bless
great
you.
guy.
What a nice.
So wholesome. Oh, wow.
Are you
That's
ending this? Are you just saying it's like
No,
stuttering?
I'm about to say something. Shout out to Upstart for sponsoring the podcast. Thank you guys so much.
How are
And,
you guys?
Go and use code.
Are you guys good?
It's upstart.com/.
Get yourselves some loans.
Get some loans, buy some merch, roll on some
No, you
gangsters.
can't. Pre-order period's in.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't get merch.
Yeah.
Man. Stop plugging the merch. It's over. Oh, sorry. Just like this podcast.
Bye.
All right, we've been the Misfits.
Bye.
Please, Samuel
Yeah.
Woodward, don't stab us. We'll see you next
Please
week.
don't.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Love you. This guy.
Hey, what is happening, my guy? We have a deal. No ads. That's our deal. We've had that deal. Why you do this to me? You screwed me. Why did the song start playing? I've never listened to this kind of music or anything on my podcast. Go away. Actually, no. No, something else. What are you doing? Oh, it's screwed. Okay.
Where you're sitting at your desk in your chair, and like you just feel like you're constantly. You guys ever get like restless leg syndrome, where you're sitting at your desk in your chair, and like you just feel like you constantly have to stretch your hamstrings?
Yeah.
You get that shit?
I do that shit where like I just move my legs up and down like I'm pedaling a bike.
I get that too.
I don't do that, but I'm sitting here right now, and it's such a.
You gotta stretch. You gotta stretch. I think that's what
I
it
just
is.
stretch for an hour. I know that it doesn't change anything. Like people normally get this in bed when they're trying to fall asleep. They get restless leg syndrome.
Yeah, I just kick my legs. I literally just full on kick my legs for like.
But that doesn't help though.
It helps
It's
me.
like.
I feel like I'm tired.
I don't get it in bed. I don't get it in bed. I get it like in my chair when I'm trying to work or record, and like I just feel like I have to constantly like have a slight stretch on my hammies, and it's the worst. Shout out to anyone who can relate. Welcome back to the Misfits podcast. Rated 5 stars on iTunes by McJeepers Christ. It's good. I like it. Keep it up. Except you, Matt. Shut up.
Yeah, man. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Matt, you talk too much on this damn podcast.
I'm sorry. I'll tone it down a notch. My bad. Apologies.
I'm joined today by my lovely co-hosts, Eric Vivian Matthews,
Hey, what's going on?
Toby on the telly,
Hello.
and of course Matt.
What'd it do?
Shut up.
Alright.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Guys, I don't know what's happening, but it seems that members of the Misfits are just dropping dead left, right, and center. We just lost Jay in a horrific car accident. He's not here.
Yeah,
It was a gangster drive-by shooting.
Drive-by shooting. Mason is nowhere to be seen. He's just fallen off the face of the earth.
Is he still on the outside?
I think so.
Yeah, he's camping, right?
Just live with the kangaroos at this point.
Guys, yeah, so it's just the 4 of us this episode. Everyone who is asking about Mason, he's fine. He is just taking some much-needed time off. Because as you know, he's retarded. So, you know, like, it's just like, hey, it kind of has to happen from time to time. You know, you gotta take,
Alright.
And Jay's not here just because he had an appointment to go to, so.
Doctor appointment, he's getting an STD check.
That's okay. We don't need those guys. You know, we can carry this podcast on our own.
Epic gamer moment.
Drugs. Oh, yeah, we already did that.
Don't do that too much. Don't do that too much. Maybe we can do it again. I don't know. Maybe they won't notice. Sure. I think they'll notice when we do it again. That's when we do the whole drug thing again. People leave comments now and they're like, you know, I kind of like it when you guys don't talk about drugs for a whole hour. I think that's kind of nice.
Yeah,
So, but
yeah, that makes sense.
See, I'm the opposite.
here's
I
an
find it
idea. Let's
hilarious.
go on Toby's Twitter and have a discussion about the things he tweets.
I want them to talk about
Toby's
it because I think it's so
Back
funny.
to Toby's Twitter diary. Toby, yesterday you tweeted, money doesn't buy style. So many people wear fucking expensive clothes and still look shit.
Yeah, and then you fucking sassed me back.
Hey, in my defense, it was not a sass per se. In fact, everyone who
felt like
replies
a
to my tweet
sass.
seemed to think that because I replied with a ... implying that Toby
It looked like a
is
direct
hypocrite.
dig at me, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but everyone didn't see it that way. Everyone thought that I was triggered by it because I buy expensive clothes, and that's what everyone seems to think in the replies, at least to
okay.
my tweet. They didn't think I was having a go at you, which I totally was. To be fair, I don't think you look like shit, like you said in your tweet. However, I did find it a little funny when I read it that, like, you of all people have tweeted about
I
buying expensive
I
clothes.
totally get why you would. Yeah. No, the reason I tweeted that was because I've been watching a lot of videos recently, like just like fashion videos, and there are so many people that spend so much money on clothes and still look terrible. But
Yeah.
the specific videos I've been watching, I got recommended this video. It was called like How Much Is My Fit or something. It's the stupidest series, but it's these people that they go to like Supreme
Guys,
drops and like, or you know,
I don't know why this
fancy
has been
designer
happening, but
drops
there
and
have just
stuff,
been
and they'll
garbage
film
mono
people there
black
in the
decks
line
that
and ask
think
them to
that they're
explain
good, but
every
are
single
not.
piece of clothing they're wearing and how much it's worth. It's so douchey.
Oh,
but
that
like,
shit.
I think iDubbbz made a video about this.
Yeah.
Recently.
I
They'll
just,
be like,
yeah,
oh,
I hate
he
this.
did. He did. But yeah, it'll be like a $10,000 outfit, and they'll look fucking homeless. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or it's just some fucking like 13-year-old kid with no chin whose fucking parents just bought him all the expensive shit, and he's just sitting there like,
Yeah, I got a $10,000 jacket. Yeah, I got some Yeezys on. Yeah.
They call out Lady right in the open like that, dude.
Yeah,
That's
what the
just fucked
fuck,
up.
Swagger? That's
That's
just
a fellow YouTuber.
that man is falling off the face of the earth.
I've been thinking about like expensive clothing lately, and you know, I own a couple. I mean, when I say a couple, I literally mean like three or four. It's like this, like, but I've just been thinking about it, and I don't know, man. I flip flop so hard. Like sometimes I'm like, well, I guess there's not really anything wrong with expensive clothes if you have the money for it and you think they look good. But at the same time, I always flip back to like, well, why do I think that looks good? Why do I? And there's also things that look very similar to this.
I know I'm gonna lose, but I just
So
want
I'm
to
going
read
to
this
spend money on this because I want to be accepted and because I want to,
just so they can see what I was trying to do.
like, I have expensive clothes and I want to like subtly flex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know, dude. I really like have a hard time getting to the bottom of it because I always kind of just feel like there is no rational reason to buy some of these fucking clothes. You know what I mean? Like there's other than the flex.
I am only ever going to buy Balenciaga Speedrunners for my shoes from this point on because they are too fucking comfortable. They're too comfortable.
There are also many other options that are comfortable for shoes. Like, you can get like shoes that are equally comfortable.
The Speedrunners literally look like a flight suit boot. Like it's so fucking
Like
cool.
shoes from the
they're
future.
they're so futuristic. I love it.
Yeah. In the defense of things like that, I think those like sock Balenciaga
I think I
shoes,
played
whatever
against
the
this
fuck you
dude
call them,
yesterday.
That kind of thing is actually justified if you can afford it because it is a very unique shoe. Like it is as a style to it that you don't really see in a cheaply made shoe anywhere,
they're sick.
right?
I
So if
only-
you're going for style, you're going for like a futuristic kind of fit. I can fully see like I'm talking about things like a sweater that
I need to
like,
buy.
it's just a fucking
I need to buy
brand
more
on it, you know?
pants. I only have one pant. I have a single pant.
Oh,
just one
that's my
leg.
bad. 100%. I did not mean to close chat.
today, actually.
I know. I need to get someone to go back to Melbourne because I have no fashion sense. So I need Toby to go shopping with.
No fashion sense, so I just buy all the
hot as
brand
fuck.
Toby, I want to ask you about your like thought process because you buy a lot of designer clothing. I really
Yeah,
want to get
I
to the
do.
bottom of it because to me, I feel like you're retarded
that's
on
fair.
some level, but you seem to rationalize it somehow. So what is your ration? How do you ration with yourself, like spending all this money on these clothes? As consistently as you do.
I'm
Or are
just
you
an
just
idiot.
but what do you think the real reason is? Like, if you're honest with yourself. I mean, you don't have to say on the podcast.
I think it's partly because I was kind of brought up with a family that always like wore that shit, and I was always really against it as a kid. Like when I was young, my mum would always buy my sisters and my brother like really nice fancy clothes and stuff, and I was always like, I don't want that shit. Just buy me something. Go to the fucking warehouse and buy me a $5 t-shirt or something. I was never into it. And then when I got to probably like, I don't know, I was probably like 16 or something, I started kind of like developing my own style and I was still using like cheap wearing cheap clothes and stuff, and yeah, and I've always been super picky with clothes. But then, as I got a little bit older, and my mum started, offering to buy me really expensive, well, not pretty expensive clothes, I kind of started to get a taste for it. I don't really, I think it's just kind of the like style that was kind of bred into me a little bit, just because it was kind of what my entire extended family sort of wore. They're all very
okay
into
with that.
sort of designer stuff. I mean, obviously it is also partly just that I don't know. I'm trying to think why I like.
You want to
it,
draw
I do
attraction
just
with your
genuinely
outfits
like,
in a sense, probably a little bit as well. Which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with. I mean, so much of what we do outwardly socially is for acceptance or to like, I don't know, if not acceptance, how would you say it? Like, we do so many things for social approval that are totally
Well,
so
especially if
why-
you're a YouTuber. If you go to an event with other YouTubers, you're going to be wearing off-white shit too.
Well, that's just beer
I guess,
pressure. They're wearing off-white because you're wearing off-white.
That's the
maybe.
thing. It's interesting because I never wore expensive clothing before like a year ago, because it was always like I get my shit at JCPenney's, and then I go home and I fucking wear it. I wore fucking dad jeans, fucking Levi dad jeans for like the entirety of high school.
Oh hell yeah, same man, same.
I wore hoodies with that. It was hoodies and a t-shirt, just plain color hoodie and a plain color t-shirt with a pocket on it.
Fuck yeah, that's like the basic
That
high
was-
school look right
That
there.
was my fucking that was my style, bro.
Same.
And in college, I was looking around and I was like, no one's wearing jeans. I feel like a loser. So I bought some khakis. And so I wore that was my upgrade. I wore khakis, and then we went to New York that one time, and then we went to that fucking that hypebeast shop, and then I bought a ton of
Round
shit.
2 or whatever.
Yeah, round 2, and I bought all that shit.
I mean, obviously, like
Come
you
on.
said, if you're looking around you and everyone is dressed differently to you and acting differently to you, the immediate response inside yourself, like as a person, is to be like, oh, I feel out of place, right? Like and I guess that's what you're saying about YouTube culture. Like if you go to a YouTube event, all these YouTubers are wearing, or a lot of them at least are wearing expensive clothes. I guess it depends on the YouTubers. Some care about it more than others. But you might feel out of place if you're
I like
still
how
wearing dad
PewDiePie
jeans
does
and
it.
going
He
to-
has
But at the same time, I feel
the
like
same
you can just
basic
wear a
like
nice
4
looking
outfits,
outfit.
and he just rotates them.
Mid-range, just it's good quality clothes. Like it looks like it fits good, and no one would bat an eye.
You can look great in an outfit that's worth like $50. Like you can look really good with cheap clothing. And I'm not gonna lie, like part of it is like it feels cool to when I like go down and put on like a pair of like $500 shoes or something. I'm always like I'm kind of like low key like proud of it in a way. As silly as it sounds.
Just because like
I'm
the look of
walking
them,
on
or
And also,
is it because
also
like the
the fact-
monetary or the look of it?
a bit of both, but the fact that I paid for it with my own money that I earned as well is also kind of.
Oh, you almost
cool.
get like that little like sense of pride too. You're like, yeah, I want to like show
like
this off.
like all my family, they have nice clothes, but they didn't pay for any of it. Like all my sisters and my brothers, they all, they all got those clothes bought for them. Whereas when I'm wearing a nice outfit, there's a 99% chance that I paid for everything I'm wearing, and I kind of makes me It's like a little pride thing as well.
That totally makes sense.
I mean, I love fashion.
yourself, and you're welcome to spend it on whatever you want. And if you want to spend it on something that outwardly reflects,
I love
like,
peanut
hey, I'm
butter
working
stuff.
and I'm
It's so
making money
good.
for myself, then there's not necessarily anything wrong with that. As long as you're not a douche about it, obviously. Like,
Yeah.
bro, check out my fucking
And
Yes,
and I never buy something that I would only buy because of the brand or because of
So you're
how
like
expensive it is.
fanboy over anything really.
No. I mean, like, I have some pieces that people would assume that would be the case, like the basic Gucci t-shirts that just literally just say Gucci. I genuinely just really like those. I love t-shirts that are
Yeah, no, some of them like
t-shirts
look
and
really
hoodies
good.
that
Some
are
of them
just
look
branding. Yeah, I think like
and here's like, and I've been thinking about that as well because I noticed you say that like, oh, I love that. It's just a brand shirt.
yeah.
Like, if you're honest with yourself, do you really like just how that looks? Like, I find that's not hard to comprehend. I mean, maybe the Gucci thing is different because I get it. Like, it's the font and the coloring of it. But if it wasn't Gucci, would you still say I like how that looks? Or
I don't know. I mean, it
If you said
could
I'm
also
a
be.
big faggot in the same lettering and colors, would you wear it?
That's a little different, Swag.
I totally would. That'd be an epic T-shirt. Yo, can we? That'll be our next merch drop, dude.
Same Gucci font on my face.
Yeah, big fag.
That Gucci shirt is I think it is partly also with specifically those Gucci shirts. They were kind of really big in fashion this year. Like there's so many examples on the internet of really cool outfits or really cool people wearing those exact shirts. I mean, I also didn't buy those ones. I don't know if I would have bought them because they are pretty fucking expensive. My dad had them, and I took them out of his wardrobe because he doesn't wear them.
Like, I'm not judging because, as you know, I own
I know you
a
don't.
long-sleeve Gucci shirt. Although my one does have like this pretty epic dragon embroidered on the back, which I really fucking liked. But you know, if I'm honest with myself, I bought that because it's a Gucci shirt and not because I like that fucking.
Yeah,
dragon.
that's
I
always
You know what
part
I mean?
of it, of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and,
love
you know,
this so
I
much.
just have this like internal conflict with myself when I look at it, and me personally, I don't even want to wear that outside because I'm worried that people are gonna look at me and automatically make assumptions like, look at this douchebag in the Gucci shirt, look at this guy, like, I mean, it is such an outward. If this is the shirt that says Gucci, anyone who's in the know, which is a lot of people nowadays, now that hypebeast culture is so prevalent, is gonna know that you spent like $700 on a T-shirt, and it's like. You know, and I feel bad about that when I wear it. So I only wear it on occasions.
I would
So
I would get that in Auckland, specifically.
Yeah, that's in
In
Auckland. That's
Auckland,
different,
there isn't really much of
How many do I have?
high
6
fashion,
uncommons?
Especially not with young people.
Scene,
It's not-
yeah.
yeah.
And in Auckland, it's pretty mellow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
everyone kind of wears cheap stuff.
That's usually how I judge, like in Melbourne. If we're like walking down the street and it's like to tell if you're in a good part of town or not. If you see like turn down an alley and you see there's not at least one person wearing like one piece of Gucci clothing, you know you're in like the wrong part of town because that shit's everywhere in Melbourne.
There's a huge street style scene here.
Well, Matt for a while had a big he was very apprehensive about buying expensive items, and we got him to crack when he saw they were like Vans or like checkered Vans.
Oh,
or
the
something.
Converses.
Oh,
I love Converses. I love those. So I saw those like the off-white ones. I kind of caved on those. So I'm kind of like I'm kind of the same with like. Yeah, they do look good. That's the thing. I'm kind of very cheap with my clothing. I'd rather buy something that's cheap and looks good rather than like buying something for the name brand. But I'm kind of like Fitz, where it goes back and forth of, did I really buy this because it looks good, or did I buy it because it's like off-white? But then sometimes I throw them on with like the right outfit, and I was just like, yo, I look fresh as fuck in those things, you know? So it's like, it's a balance sometimes.
I started buying that shit for the ironing. I started doing.
Oh yeah, that's why I bought the Supreme lighter. I bought that for pure ironing. That was
Buying
funny
for
as
the
fuck.
irony is probably one of the dumbest things.
Yeah, well,
Come on.
No one's gonna understand irony except you. So you're basically just you're basically the victim of your own joke.
Yeah, well, how am I going to explain, like, buying that off-white fucking jumpsuit, that mechanic jumpsuit? Dude, that thing was fucking expensive, dude. And everyone was like, dude, you gotta buy that. That'd be great with the fucking helmet, dude. That'd be great. I was like, yeah, that'd be ironic. And then I bought
It does look sick with the helmet, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, when something is outrageous as an off-white jumpsuit, the irony is pretty apparent. Like if you wear it, you know, in an ironic way, where you're just like fucking around. But I'm talking about like other like pieces, you know, like I don't know what. If you just bought that,
Nobody buys a Rolex for the ironing, right?
Yeah, it's like, you know, if you're doing that, you're either lying to yourself or you're just a victim of your own joke because you paid 20 G's for a joke, and no one's gonna get the joke except you unless you explain it every time. Oh no, you don't understand. I bought it for me.
Okay.
If you're at a party,
1, 2,
I don't know, if you're at a party and you pull out a
6,
Supreme lighter and light a blunt in front of everyone, I think that's pretty funny.
9,
yeah, but again, that's like a. I mean,
Because everyone's just like, what the fuck, did you actually buy a Supreme
13.
lighter? You're like, yeah.
well, that's different again because it
13.
has some character to it.
Yeah, but if you're just wearing a Gucci shirt and someone goes, hey, you look like a fucking fag, and then you're just like, nah, dude, it's ironic. And then,
Oh yeah, that's just fucking.
you know, it's you know, it's like,
Yeah, that doesn't work.
yeah.
Speaking of Rolexes, because Toby actually brought up a watch he was
Hey,
looking at before the
get out,
podcast,
doggo.
and I'm actually, for
Dub,
the last
out.
year or so, I got I'm not so much into it now, but last year I got heavily into watches, and I didn't really buy any expensive watches. I bought 2, and they were both under
4,
$500.
7,
But
9. So I need
you know,
to
I
get
got
rid of
really
3
into watches. I
more.
just found them kind of fascinating, and I watched tons of videos on them and learned about all the brands. And
I don't see
I
the
was
deal.
like, in my head, I was like, I would love to save up for a really nice piece. And at the time,
Okay.
and
Now
again,
let's
this
just
is kind
fill
of
my
subdued now. I haven't really been too into them lately.
deck with
Why I was
insanity.
into Swagger is because I think it's because they're an investment, or at least if you buy correctly, and they're the kind of thing that lasts you a lifetime, and you can hand down to your son or daughter or whatever, or sell at a later date.
1,
Like
2,
if I buy
it's
three,
just like an
the right
investment.
Rolex,
4.
if I buy the right Rolex or the right like Audemars Piguet or the right Patek Philippe, now like in 20 years you could make a serious profit, right? If you buy the right one, and the right one is actually most of them, but it would vary how much more of it that increase in value.
Yeah.
So that was appealing to me.
Okay.
Well, that's
and,
treating it more like an investment than a fashion statement.
Well, that's what most
Epic
watch collectors
Gamer
treat them as. Other than
moment.
that, there's the actual watchmaking itself, which is just really fascinating when you
Then
look
I'll
at it.
just
Oh, well,
slowly
yeah. You
build
just
the
understand
actual
how
deck.
complicated those little things are. And there's not much in the world today, at least in terms of fashion or even in technology, that's truly mechanical and truly like a work of art as far as like putting all the
I'm gonna be
cogs in the
making a
right
YouTube
place, the
video
springs.
on
You know,
the regular
some of
deck
those
list.
really high-end watches, those
once
ones you see
I
rappers
have it.
wearing with the ice on them, you know, ice or no ice with like 100 grand watches, 300 grand watches, these crazy pieces take literally 6 months to make, you know, and it's
all by
just
hand,
insane.
isn't it?
All by hand, all by hand.
master
And even the high-end
craftsman.
watches are made by hand. Yeah, so that was really fascinating to me. But I also think, looking back at it now, that I was more or less the reason I would want a watch is because deep down, like, it is a reflection of like, hey, look, I can buy a watch now. I wasn't gonna buy anything too crazy, like anything like, you know, fucking nuts, like
And then you just like
$10,000.
lost interest in it, right? Or, like after
But I
you
was
bought
like,
like the first one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that would happen, but I was kind of like in my head, hey, I'll save up. One day I would really love to have like a little timepiece that reflects like, hey, I worked hard for this watch, and you know, I have this watch and it's gonna last me a lifetime. And you know, in truth, I still find that idea appealing, but I've definitely kind of come back from it a little bit and be like, well, at the same time, after I pay that money for that watch, am I immediately gonna is it immediately gonna lose its charm? You know? And I think that might happen to some extent. I think that happens with a lot of things you think about buying, like.
Yeah, I find myself doing
wise.
that a lot with some certain things. You'll be like looking at something and research something for months and like getting really into it and studying it, learning all the history and all that shit behind it.
Yeah.
And you finally go to get an entry level of like whatever the fuck you're looking at, and then all of a sudden that whole appeal of all those last few months just kind of like dies out. You're like, oh, I'm not really that interested in it.
That's it.
Like you're just more like invested in the idea of it, and you like just like researching that kind of shit
Yeah.
and stuff. You know, I find that
I think
happens
that
a lot
happens
for
on
me.
all levels of consumerism, whether it's you're buying clothes or you're buying a car or you're buying whatever. Like, at the end of the day, it's not gonna make you that much more happy. In a sense, the bittersweet journey of saving for it and looking at it and researching it, that journey of like longing for it is actually the most pleasurable part of the whole experience. And then you pay your hard-earned money for it, and then you get what you were longing for this whole time. And hey, maybe you actually do really appreciate it and you love it for a long time, but I think a lot of the time, as soon as you make the purchase, the charm is kind of gone, and you're like, well, here I have this expensive thing that I wanted at this time.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So, thoughts, Swagger, Toby, very quiet over there.
No. I mean, I'm just taking it all in. I kind of agree in that sense. I'm trying to think about times where I got heavily invested into something like that, but I really don't think I ever did. I'm never really too into what I wear or, you know, what I'm into wearing or buying or investing in. I just
not even
want
that,
to
but
see
just
my
like
pants. And
consumerism
I
in
wear.
general.
Like, literally, like, my philosophy is if somebody tells me, like, what I'm wearing is shit, then I'll be like, okay, well, then we'll go shopping and then you can pick something out.
Well, let's do it
I
for
have
fun.
no fashion sense. I really don't know what looks good. So, you know, I'm a retard, you know. Like, when I get a girlfriend and, you know, and eventually get married, like, they're gonna do all the shopping for me. They're gonna buy, like, they'll probably know better.
Have fun.
Yeah, they'll probably know what looks better on me better than I would. Because I have no idea. I'm not a college student and I'm not into fashion or any of that. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the one thing that I was got
I shouldn't
really
have kept that
interested
hand.
in
I was hoping
was
I'd be able to
painting.
draw into
You know, it's
something,
not
but
anywhere,
clearly
like on the same level of
wasn't able to.
Yeah, art. Like, like Bob,
yeah.
it was like Bob Ross. I was studying like you know, like all the different paints and how much they cost and like what you could sell a painting for if it's good and all that kind of shit. This was back in like high school. I think I made like 3 or 4 oil-based paintings, and then I stopped after that. Ran out of paint. Didn't want to buy anymore. And
Is it really that expensive?
no, I was in high school. I was fucking broke. I was still working that fucking busser job.
Yeah, I'll keep
So
it.
like, oh, let's see, I can buy some paint or I can buy some weed. Bit of a tough decision here.
I wasn't even smoking weed at that time. I don't think so. That's how fucking far back it was. I should pick up art again. I should do a painting series.
Down the joint, pick up the brush again.
I'm sure people would like get a kick out of watching you try to paint on stream Bob Ross.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
I would love
That'd be
to
cool.
do that, dude. That'd be fun as hell. Because I love
Yeah.
it, man. There's something about it that's really beautiful. Especially if you're doing like the landscapes and shit.
Yeah, they say it's like really therapeutic doing that kind of
I
stuff.
used to be into pixel art too. I used to do a lot of pixel art, animation, and shit like that when I was a kid. I was very into art. And then yeah, I went to college for computer science, and then all those dreams went out the window. And then now I'm a YouTuber, so all those dreams of making my own indie development studio and making video games, that's now out the window. But there's
Well,
hope.
necessarily.
Yeah.
Might have an opportunity later down the line.
Oh, I hope so, dude. I'd love to fucking head a gaming studio. I just don't want to do any of the fucking coding. I just want to be the manager. I just want to be the ideas guy.
No,
I wanna be the guy
I
with
just
the
want
vision
to.
and not the
Yes.
guy.
Okay, I
Do it
felt
the
like
correct
this
You're an
game
ideas
was
guy, good job
a
in
good
the
game.
industry.
You just apply for a job and say, I got great ideas. And they're like, well,
It's gonna be Call of Duty in VR, and you're gonna be able to feel everything that happens to you. It's gonna be insane, dude. I'm gonna call it World of War VR.
Yeah.
Here's $100 million. Annoying ideas guy who
Yeah.
just spits off ridiculous ideas with no respect for how logistically impossible it would be to implement them.
All right, so we're gonna do like pretty much Skyrim, but with guns. And by guns, I mean crossbows that turn into guns. Right? It's gonna be
It's a
sick.
procedurally generated world that's infinite.
And it's all multiplayer too.
Yeah, with fully fleshed out NPC characters.
And then 6 months later, you get No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Isn't No Man's Sky kind of decent now, though?
I think so. I heard they updated it, and it's apparently like a really good game now. But like the damage is already done, so like, what's the point, you know?
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
play it again.
they fucked up. They fucked up.
Yeah.
I still have it. I never refunded it, but I just don't want to install it and try it again because I just had such a fucking boring experience last time, and I'm just not interested in getting back into it. I feel like it just be a
Yeah.
waste of time.
I think it's still very much a slow-paced
Alright.
exploration game, you know. Sort of
The one game I'm still holding out for, still to this day holding out for, Cube World. Cube World.
oh my
Still-
god, here we go with
still-
the Cube World. This game is the Cube World right now. Cube World.
Still, man. The last tweet, boys. Last tweet by Wolfram von Funk, the creator, head developer of Cube World. Last tweeted July 2nd, 2017.
Why do you have that date so ingrained in your head? How's that like keeping that memory so well?
Because how I get to Twitter is I click Wolfram von Funk's Twitter and I have bookmark, and then I click on home to get to my home page.
Wow.
Every day, just
That's
to
next level
fucking
obsession.
check.
So you're actually truly obsessed.
Just let it
Yes,
go, man.
yes.
Let it go.
I can't. I'm not letting it go. I'm not letting it go. Okay, dude. I've said this before. I've said this before, and if I say it again, I'm going to say it again. So, if you guys ever catch wind that Cube World got an update,
Yeah,
and for
break
some reason,
Film your reaction.
yeah,
We got it.
yes,
We got it.
film the reaction
Alright.
because it's going to be catastrophic. You will see me get just fucking like an exorcism, man. It's going to be wild.
I think you might just die. I
I think so.
Much like when you save up for something and then you get it, you've been, in a sense, saving up all of this hope. You've been longing for Cube World all this time, so when you finally get it, you're going to have no meaning left in your life because ultimately you've completed your end goal. Cube World has come
Dude,
out.
that's why I gave up
I
on
just want to
CS.
play it. I want to play it for 2 days and then judge whether or not it's shit or not. But as soon as it comes out, I'm dropping whatever I'm doing, and I'm making a Swagger Reviews video on it immediately.
How much would you pay? Like, let's say Cube World comes out, but they're like, you can play it, but it's going to cost you $100,000. Would you would you pay $100,000 to play Cube World?
No, not 100. Not 100 grand.
Run in 10 years' time and be like, okay, I need you to give me 100
The
grand.
the most I would pay to play Cube World right now would be $10,000. That is the absolute
$10,000?
You could go to the developer and pay him 10 grand, right? And say, finish
I
the
would
game.
pay
Probably
10 grand. I would pay 10
Pay the
grand
dude to
just
finish the game,
just
then.
to
He'd probably
play
do
it. Just to get early access and be a fucking developer, like fucking play tester for it. I would pay that money. I would actually pay that money.
Funk. Hit us up.
Hey, Wooly, if you're out there, if you're still alive, let me know, dude. Hit me up. I'll promote your game for free. I don't care.
Licenses for the next 10 years. I'm gonna save this up for Cube World.
I really want it,
Honestly.
man. Fuck me.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good time. I remember playing that game when it came out.
I was devastated. I was devastated when it came out because it was fucking trash, and I was following it 3 years before it came out.
It wasn't that bad when it came out.
No, it was. It was. It was.
This is a little empty, but
It did not live up
Wait, so
to
you're
hype.
saying a game was so trash that you were devastated, but you were still this obsessed with it?
Because the update looks so much better. The update looks amazing.
dude, I've been
looks
through this cycle
fucking
like 20 times with CS:GO, man. Just let it go. The game's always
shut
gonna
up.
suck.
No, it's not. I'm gonna play when it comes out, and if it sucks, then I'll just write a really bad review, and then bam, hatchet buried. I'm over Cube World, and then put thumbs up. Hey, don't condescend me, man. No.
This happens all the time. It happens
It still happens. I still have. I go to Cube World forum occasionally. Someone sends him an email, he responds, and that proves that he's still alive and he's still working on it. Wooly, finish it, please. 2020
I
will
feel
be
like
the
we
year of
should
Cube
have
World.
touched on this deeply rooted trauma in our acid trip because you and clearly such a broken man. And this needs to be fixed. This needs to be fixed.
It'll be fixed when it comes
Goodbye.
out, man. I mean, it's
Just imagine
it's-
him like the Squidward gif where he's just like,
I still have one dream a month. At least one dream out of the entire month
Yeah,
where
that's-
Cube World gets an update. And
That's
and
not
I
healthy,
go
John.
through it, and it
You were
doesn't.
truly obsessed. You were
Dude,
truly
it's not
obsessed.
okay. Dude, it's how it is. It's how it is, okay? It's how it is.
It's not how it is. You keep saying things
No.
like when Cube World comes out, like when this happens. Swagger, it's done.
It's not. It's not done. It's
When my ex gets back to me, I swear to God, we're gonna get married, we're gonna have kids, we're gonna have the house. You just wait and see, man. You're living in a dream world, Swagger.
No, I'm tweeting at it right now.
No, you're not.
No Twitter.
during the podcast, I thought we
Don't be
made these
desperate.
rules.
No. Don't be desperate.
Yeah?
Fine.
You're gonna play hard to get.
I'll have to email him. Put him at like 12 subs, and then maybe
that's
he'll
low
respond. Maybe that'll
Just
work.
buy the
That
rights to
guy
the game at
scammed
that point.
all the people, and
No,
now he's moving on with his
no.
life. Okay, that's what happened.
He moved on before they even stopped doing that. Like
That's
and
why
from
I built
watched
the
a
deck.
video
Just
explaining
for that
the whole
right
history
there.
of it, and it sounded
Except
like
for
he just
I was
lied
playing
about
in
making
a I was
updates
playing in
the
the
whole time.
Yeah.
I was
I mean, who
playing
knows,
in
maybe
the
he might have like fallen into some kind
in
of
the draft.
depression and never finished
I was
it.
playing in the
You know,
draft,
lack of
and
motivation, but either way,
I
you
made
both
like
promised
8
I'm gonna
copies,
Dan
or
dies. He
maybe
fights
not
Wayne,
8,
so, yeah,
more like
it's
5 or
not
6
fuck.
copies
And it's
of
never
the
gonna
white
happen, so Swagger
dragon,
just needs to accept that,
and I just tapped all of my opponent's stuff when I was attacking in.
Enough Cube World.
Yeah,
It was awesome, and I won the game.
Something else.
Alright, so what are your thoughts about Minecraft having more monthly players than Fortnite?
Does it really?
I think so, yeah.
Well, I streamed Minecraft on Monday, and that shit popped off, man. That shit was a good stream.
We gotta
Yeah,
make a
every time
fucking
I stream
Tekken server,
Minecraft,
bro.
it does so well.
We gotta make a
Yeah.
Tekken server. You gotta show me which Tekken you have.
I talked to Ryan about it. We can't make it.
No, not public. Not public, but just for us.
Just a private one for us.
So we
I mean,
can
I've never played Tekken. I've seen like gameplay of it, and it looks super
Tekken is
interesting.
trash, but well, Tekken's not trash, but you'd rather play Feed the Beast, which is like Tekken.
Or that was it. Yeah, that was it. Feed the Beast.
But yeah, Ryan actually made a Feed the Beast. Ryan actually made a Feed the Beast server, but it was like a new version.
It was
so
way
like,
too
it wasn't what I
fucking
used to play. And it's really complicated now, so we'll get the old version up and yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem I have with some of those game mods. It gets to the point where they start adding mods where it just makes it like way too unnecessarily complicated, more than just being like an addition, like an additional layer on top of the game. It just makes all the normal tasks way more complicated, so it like gives you this illusion of like more shit to do. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I notice that a lot with some games and updates.
Like Feed the Beast is definitely I don't know. I don't know if I can. The new ones are just like not what I'm used to, so I have to relearn it. And I'm not interested in relearning. I'm interested in visiting my past for nostalgia. You know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm all about. So yeah, no, we should do that. That's cool.
I'm actually thinking about making a like fashion-based YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just
Why
like.
don't you just make it a series on your current channel?
I don't think that's a good idea. I think that'll annoy people.
Yeah,
Well, you could just
here either.
try it with one video. That's usually the way to do it.
Why do you do fashion
Well,
live streams?
I kind of do.
Like put
I do
people
live
on
streams.
live.
Oh no, I do live streams where we like look at clothes and stuff.
Okay. That must be
When
really
you say a
interesting.
when you say a fashion channel, what kind of content do you have in mind?
Well, I personally love haul videos. I love watching people like buy shit and try a bunch of stuff on. But it wouldn't like all be that. Like I wanna start the video and start the channel with a lot of people have asked to see like a wardrobe tour, like that video PewDiePie did where he just shows like his favorite pieces from his wardrobe and stuff. I want to do that, and I want to do things like taking people shopping and like styling them and stuff. I think that'd be really fun.
Oh, you can do that with
Can
me.
I volunteer?
You can do that with me with my helmet on. It'd be great.
Yeah, I think people would enjoy it. Like obviously, it wouldn't really appeal to my
You know, like the
audience
gamer.
en masse, but I know that there's definitely like a small percentage of my audience
I think
that
it's
would
worth a try
sort
just
of
to see.
start it off. Yeah.
Well, if we're serious, the way to do it would be to make a video like PewDiePie's wardrobe video on your main channel as an advertisement for the other channel and see how it goes with it. And just treat it as a hobby, you know, until
Yeah, that would be it. Yeah.
becomes big enough to sustain a source of income, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds interesting. You are pretty into that sort of stuff. You're like kind of, how long have you been into that side of YouTube for? Like the James Charles videos?
I'm not actually. I don't actually watch James Charles. I don't like his videos. I just like him.
You guys see
He's
the meme where he's like a jump scare? Like he comes out of nowhere?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
Hi,
It's
sisters.
fucking scary.
But,
I fucking have a nightmare band.
Yeah, I've always loved that stuff. Like when I a few years ago, I used to watch like Zoella and people like that. And I don't. And with this sort of makeup and fashion side of YouTube, it's always like it's never long term for me. Like I don't ever watch them long term. There's like a few YouTubers that I do watch every single upload, and it's never one of the like fashion or makeup YouTubers or anything like that. But there are a couple that I'm really into. There's one called Glam and Gore who I watch every single one of her videos.
Yeah,
She's like the only sort of makeup YouTuber that I will watch every video. The rest of them, it's kind of like I'll find someone that I'm really into and I'll watch them for like a couple months and then I'll just kind of lose interest.
Right. This is a weird question, and we might not be able to come up with answers on the spot, but Swagger and iNut, what is maybe one channel or type of videos that you watch on YouTube that people might not expect from you? The thing that might catch people by surprise, like, oh, he watches that, or I watch this. Like, for me, I think like one channel that I watch a lot of, it isn't even really that good of a channel, they don't really upload that much, but I'm just interested in it, and some of the videos are pretty dope, is architectural design, where basically they, like, it's kind of like Cribs, but more classy, where they just go in celebrities' houses and like show off like all
That's really
how dope their places are, and like the architecture and everything, and yeah, it's like literally like MTV Cribs, but instead of rap, it's been like, this is my fridge! It's like it's like freaking Robert Downey Jr. So I like that kind of shit quite a lot.
Oh yeah, he lives in a windmill, eh?
Something like that, yeah. But they're pretty sick. Like, and I've got my own place, so I kind of got crazy into designing my place and making my place feel like home and everything. So those kind of videos I sort of just started watching more and more. But can you guys think of anything unusual or?
Yeah, I watch a lot of bushcraft. A lot of bushcraft videos. Like people just going out into the woods with an axe and making their own shit, living off the land. That shit appeals to me for a while.
Yeah, I know.
It still appeals to me. I'm really
technology and
yeah,
stuff
that
like
kind of shit. I mean, there's something appealing about escaping society and just living off the land like our ancestors did, and that's something that I was into for a while. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, probably. That's probably the weirdest shit. Then you have like all those fucking like Malaysian fucking bushcraft that's like primitive tech tools and shit that just use all the keywords and they're just fucking building the most extravagant fucking bullshit in the jungle.
So that stuff kind of weirds me out. Hey, like it kind of almost feels like a big company is outsourced it and like paid for it and stuff. I don't really know like the story behind it, but whenever I see it in my recommender or I see the ads, I'm like, this is weird. Like they're going for something here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's
I forget
not.
what the channel's called.
Yeah, well, it's like there's primitive. You literally just put a primitive survival, and then yeah, there's primitive survival tool, which is like the biggest one. But they make like giant huts out of bamboo, and they make swimming pools and shit. It's like it's cool that you can do that, but it's not primitive technology. You're just going out into the fucking bush and building very elaborate things out of sticks, which which is fine. I could watch that stoned and appreciate it and be like, whoa, that's cool, dog. But it's not actually helpful for my survival. Primitive technology is very good with that.
The idea is that there's those two guys, right? That like, it's supposed to be just these two guys that build it, but I don't know if I believe that it's just them. I don't like. I almost feel like obviously the camera shows them doing a lot of the work and they're helping and everything, but I feel like how can you make stuff that extravagant that quickly? Because they're uploading every few weeks. Whereas primitive technology uploads like once every couple months or whatever.
I reckon they have a rotation of brown guys that they use.
Oh my god!
That's what I reckon.
Oh my god!
You never see a white guy building anything. It's fucking racist, man. Come on.
Well, yeah, these videos definitely lack diversity. I'm extremely upset about it. Right now. But you are a point, right? There's something about the primitive survival tool channel that feels like, and I might be totally wrong. Maybe there's just two honest, hardworking men out there in the bush, just killing it. But,
just building tree huts and add 2 swimming pool in the front of house under the wood roots. That's a good video.
It's pretty dope.
The shit they do is dope. I'm not discounting that, but I'm just saying like there's only so much appeal. Like primitive technology does the shit where like he's building forges and he's trying to make metal to try to do shit with that, and it's more of like it's like episodic. But this is just you're just gonna build some random shit with rocks and build beautiful wild dog's house with shower pool. Like I'm not gonna do that if I was in a plane crash in the middle of the jungle. Make a waddle and down hut and some fire, and then just fucking chill and hopefully get help. But yeah, that's really it. I just want to be able to survive. I think that in public schools,
I'm gonna
like
try
everywhere, they should have a survival class.
I'm gonna try this one.
I think that just to keep you in.
It's really necessary in our modern world.
I think so. I think it's important, man. I think that shit's
I'm
really
just gonna
important.
try it.
Why do you think it's
Hopefully
Because if
it
you're
doesn't
stuck
take too
somewhere
long
without
because I do have to get ready for work.
It's helpful. Maybe not in public schools, but the Boy Scouts was the thing that you'd go to do that shit. I was a Boy Scout, so I know like the basics, but the Boy Scouts really isn't a fucking thing anymore in America. No one fucking
Is it really not?
Not really. I mean, it's not as popular. Yeah, I mean,
No, especially because
before you stopped.
the LDS Church stopped having scouts be a part of their Young Men's program.
I think I almost got up to Weeblo, and then I had to move states, and then I just didn't do Scouts anymore.
I think it's the
Eagle
thing same. I think I stops right before Weeblo or some shit like that.
Yeah, but
I'm really sad to hear that that's not really much of a thing anymore, because I always thought that was, for the ones people who wanted to do it, that's actually like really valuable things that they're teaching.
Well, we didn't do much in ours. They didn't teach us anything. For most of it, we did derby car rallies and sold popcorn. Now that I think about it, we sold a lot of
but that's because you're from the South.
It was in Florida. I used to live in Florida, so most of the time it was just us selling popcorn.
I
Now
love
I think about it, I'm
Florida.
pretty sure we were just free slaves for them selling popcorn.
Just child labor.
It's free child labor. What the fuck? This is
I did Cub Scouts for a while, and a lot of the shit that we did was really good. Growing up as a kid, because you have disagreements with other people in the Boy Scouts. And the Scoutmasters come and they help you sort it out, and then you learn to play well and play fair, and you play games and you raise money for charity.
Okay, so here's how you make your derby car go faster than the other kids. Don't let them know
Yeah,
you're
but
cheating.
the derby was fun. The derby
No,
was a
dude,
good
they would
time,
weigh
but
your
that was
derby
like
car, bro.
cheating. I mean,
From what I remember, they had to
we
bust
had-
out the scales to weigh them and everything, because that was cheating.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, my fucking car went so fast, the wheel melted. I still have my Pinewood Derby car. It's on my shit.
How do you melt the wheel on a derby car?
Dude, it went fucking quick. But I also have the my Cub Scout plaque.
I can't see it, Swag.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm reading it out. This is Pinewood Derby,
Just knock on it so we know it's there for the audience. Yes, he did it.
This,
I need to
here,
land.
here, get this. Get this. So the Cub Scouts had packs, right? So you had Cub Scout Pack 1, Cub Scout Pack 5.
Cub Scout pack opening.
Guess what mine was, right?
Cub
Tuition
Scout
on
pack
X or some
opening.
shit.
Oh,
Cub
dude,
Scout
that's
pack
epic.
69.
Cub Scout Pack 420.
Oh,
Not a
that's
joke.
off.
Not a
That is
joke.
amazing.
I can
That's
take a
amazing.
picture. I can take a picture for
destiny.
you.
You have to bring that.
You know what
you
I
have to
hope?
bring that back with you to Melbourne and hang that up in your room. That's too funny. Holy
Dude,
shit.
Cub Scout Pack fucking 420. Go.
420.
That sounds like Reno 101, or Reno 911.
Oh, it's such a good show.
But for the
Oh, yeah.
Scouts, it sounds like a show.
Oh, dude.
I
it
hope
was
there's
so
some
good.
kid
It was
watching right now
nice.
going like, wait, Swagger was in Cub Scout 420? That's what I was in.
Oh, this
I
is
fucking, I hope.
photos from years ago.
No, I just,
There we go.
I just mean so they're like, oh, that's so cool.
Alright, congratulations, Sub. You just succeeded in making Swagger paranoid for 24 hours. Off your
Well,
hand.
no, I googled Cub Scout Pack 420 to make sure that it fucking pinpoint like anything. But
Of course you were Diddy's.
Yeah.
Paranoia is already been
Of course. No, there's a Pack 420 in a plethora of states, so I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah, I think that kind of stuff's super valuable. My youngest brother, just went on a, oh man, I forget what it's called, but it's basically where you and a bunch of other kids your age go on a ship. And like
what's
an
it
actual
called?
sailing ship.
The
Whoa.
spirit of something.
Spirit of Adventure. Yeah, Spirit
Yeah.
of Adventure is a New Zealand thing where you go on a ship and you learn how to like collaborate with a crew basically of kids your age, and obviously they're adults.
Oh, so it's like
manage it.
it's like naval training kind of shit.
Kind of, but it's it's a little more.
It's more about the experience than about actually like learning about.
They teach you about flags, like with flags, like on the ships.
I don't know exactly what they teach you, but they teach you. I think it's just that you're on a ship for a while with a bunch of kids your age, and you're trying to like not kill each other, basically, or you know.
It's
So
okay.
it's a really valuable thing.
Alright, guys, we're out of food. Little Timmy's gonna have to go first.
I've never met anyone that went on it and didn't fucking love it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, apparently it was pretty miserable for them as well. It was raining a lot, and you know, out in the elements and have to deal with it. And you know, that's like the most valuable stuff you can kind of learn, like at least early on. So I don't know. That
I'm
kind of
okay with
stuff's so
that.
dope. I think I really hope that things go away. At least in private, like I don't think it necessarily has to be a part of school, but you know, private things like that are dope as fuck. I did much of it as a kid. I did maybe orienteering and stuff at school camp, but I can remember. But,
Okay, so he'll probably attack with both.
I love that shit. That shit was really fun. I had a great time in the Scouts.
Yeah. Then video games came along. Shame.
Yeah.
when did you guys start becoming like gamers, like hardcore?
10 for me. Probably, I think it was like right after the new Star Wars movie came out. I think it was Episode 3, so it was
No.
like back in 2005. And we got Battlefront 2, and that was like the first like shooting game or whatever we ever had. And we had it on our computer. No, it was on our computer. I could use to a fucking 2 to PS2. And I remember we were playing it for like hours and hours, and then like accidentally, like we were like strafing, like walking side to side to aim, because we didn't even know how the fuck to aim. And then accidentally, like I was playing, and then my brother was like, "Hold on, you gotta do this." And he like bumped my hand and moved the mouse, and then my character moved in game. And it's like the scene from The Hangover where he's like studying the poker table. And you just see like the math and everything all in his head. That's what that moment was.
I know I'm gonna
Like,
lose, so I might as well just.
Everything just all made sense.
I'm gonna try this.
Yeah, I was like, whoa! You move the mouse to aim, and then it's just.
Oh, it didn't work.
It's just we went from there, and then I started playing CS, and it just.
Alright.
Yeah, they just started everything at that point.
Whatever, we're just gonna concede.
Yeah, for me.
Mike, I was hoping to get like a.
For me, it also started
Like a
with
20.
computer. It started with
But
the
whatever.
Harry Potter games on PC.
Above a 15.
I can't remember how old I would have been, but I was young enough to not really understand how they worked.
Alright.
And I think I had a similar realization.
Magic,
with
what do you
aiming.
mean?
I think I had something similar with like not understanding aim until you kind of I don't know, unintentionally bump the mouse or something, and you're like, holy shit, I cannot just look in one direction. I remember from back in those days, is in the second game, Chamber of Secrets, there is this massive spider, I forget his name, Aragog or something like that. Probably got that wrong, but it's like a huge spider.
No, I got that right.
It's a level, and he's like shooting out little spiders at you and everything, and I was so scared of it, I had to get my dad to help me win. And I think he actually killed that level. I think he slayed that shit. So that was pretty awesome. And then, yeah, from there, moved on to...
Ladies
there was
and
this game
gentlemen,
called Big Action Construction, which was like a Fisher Paykel, like
Action Construction. That was
I'm gonna hurry and turn off.
so awesome.
Big
So
Action
good.
Construction.
There's videos on
I'm
YouTube.
gonna hurry and
There was a
pause.
Stuart Little game which I played, which is awesome. Where you can like, you know, fucking.
Okay. I paused it. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Yeah, here, wait. I need to grab something real quick. I'm doing this. When your computer refuses to save your debit card, so you have to pull it out every 2 seconds. Okay. I'm getting the, just the small $5, 750 gem pack so that I can get the battle pass, if you want to call it that. Oh, zip code. My bad. What's gonna happen when I move and I have to change my zip code? Return to arena. Okay. Cool. Let us quickly get this. This one. Wait. Oh, wait, cancel. What's the difference? Oh, you get 10 levels. Okay, so it's like Fortnite. Yeah, well, I'm not
Our
doing that.
battle is sure to
Hey.
inspire a song.
Apply. I like my dragon baby. Yeah, I almost never get the battle pass, so. Wait, can I just... Oh, okay. Burn pick. Burn pick. I don't care about the card alt arts, all I care about are the packs. Or I mean the sleeves. Alright, let's open up this pack real quick. Epic, poggers. Okay. Alright. Not terrible. I already got one, or I just got 4 of those. Alright, well. I'm gonna change the sleeves on this deck. There we go. Where are they? Oh, is it the Team Matte sleeves? Okay. Yeah, we're going flex on people. Roar. I'm gonna do the same here. We're just gonna... We like to flex here on the Anarch Gaming channel. Not a lot, but we do. Not often, but we get to flex on people. Ooh, I like that. That's actually pretty dope. Are there any of my decks that don't have sleeves? Wow, my Rogues doesn't have sleeves. We have to fix that. Ooh. I got the dragon. Oh, wonderful. This is Rogues. We'll go the Black Lotus sleeves. I will hit this deck up with. No, I'm gonna go with this because I think these sleeves are cool. Then, okay. I think all of my decks have sleeves now. Nope. Azuri is flying. Since when? Why don't you have sleeves? Break me in, break me up. Cause I like strawberries on a summer evening, and it's hard to write a song. I said, break me in, break me out. And I don't know if I could ever live without watermelon sugar. Okay, alright, well now we all got sleeves. Epic. Alright guys, well, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, smash like, hit subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and I will see you all in the next one. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Mountain Time. Please click the link down below to go check out the merch, do the tips and donations, or click the Freedom's First Step button where you could go get any everyday product that your heart can so desire, like energy drinks, facial creams, makeup, hair products, soap, laundry detergent, even pots and pans if you need those for your kitchen. Anyway. Thank you all so much for watching. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Mountain Time. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. I feel so sick. Bye-bye.